What do you say, baseball fans? Rybread talking baseball, episode 78. A 1-0 W for the Rays to take first place back from the Red Sox last night, and I was all over Twitter like a jerk. All these Red Sox fans talking about how, oh, the Rays are so boring. Oh, the Rays are this and that. Red Sox gave away a game last night. $180 million payroll. They have the worst defense in the major leagues. They average .7 errors per game. It's almost an error a game. We're rounding up. The Rays happen to lead that department. So, always we're getting back and forth with these Red Sox. Oh, yeah, but nobody watches your team. It's like, does that make it better that the team nobody wants to watch beats the pants off your team? There was a lot of crickets after that. But last year was pretty fun. I don't know where the Red Sox were in last year's playoffs. Probably not the same place they're going to be this year. I expect the Red Sox to be the wild card team. I expect Houston and the A's to follow suit there in the West as the Astros continue to win games. It's 11 in a row for the Astros now. Great pitching matchups tonight that we're going to touch on. But before we go there, we're just going to do a little deep dive into this Rays game last night. They didn't have any hits. And it was almost going to be possible for them to win the game without it. Because the Red Sox do not know how to play defense, apparently. And will take it. But you can't count on winning games that way every night. But it was good to see the Rays finally get back and return the favor on some of this walk-off luck that they've had. In that losing streak, they were getting walked off every other night, it seemed. So there's some regression coming back, and I'll take it. Looking to get to that game on Sunday. We're starting a 3-game set with the Angels. We're going to miss Ohtani, thank goodness. And the ERAs of their pitchers that the Rays are going to face, you're going to have Canning and Cobb and Sandoval. So it goes from worse to bad to okay. Sandoval's a pretty good pitcher, ERA mid-3s. Cobb's been getting lit up, and Canning's got an ERA over 5. So tonight's game, Kittredge is going to open. The Rays can do that every other day for a while, you would think, but they have to get another arm up here. And after seeing the interview with Tyler Glasnow today, he's feeling great. Tyler Glasnow reporting that he expects to be back sooner than later, that maybe after the 60 days is up on his DL stint, that he could start realistically thinking about a comeback here, because he said he had a similar situation and overcame it, and this doesn't hurt as bad as what happened to him a couple years when he shut it down. So he expects to be back not only for the playoffs, but to help make the push. And if the Rays can stay afloat, that would be all the more welcome. But Rays looking to close out the first half with the Angels, the Nationals, the Blue Jays. They got 6 against the Blue Jays. Those are going to be big games coming up to round it out here. I expect that the Rays can handle the Angels and the Nationals over these next 5 games. I would expect to see 4-1, 3-2, something like that. I would expect to see that the way those other 2 clubs have been playing. I'm not afraid of the Angels, as you know. Ohtani cannot do it by himself. He's proven that. They are not going to be able to do anything until Trout gets back and they fix that pitching. And I don't know what the Angels are waiting for to go get a pitcher if they're going to do it. Because if you look at their starters, it doesn't get much better when the bullpen comes in. And that's why they are pretty much out of it already. When you're not even threatening the wild card at this point, when there's 2 wild card spots, you've got an uphill battle. And the Angels just have too many good teams in front of them already, I think, even when Trout comes back, because they're just not going to pitch. And you look at the Rays' names on the backs of that staff, and you don't think anything scary about that either, but they're doing enough to get the work done. So, speaking of pitching, huge slate of our guys. Gray at Barnsley. Milwaukee's still leading that division. We like it. Don't forget, you got Yankees and Red Sox tonight. Hopefully these guys beat up on each other a little bit. Domingo Germán and Perez, you got to like the Yankees in this one, even though it's at Boston. Domingo Germán has been better than Perez, so that's life in the big city. And after going back and forth with the Red Sox fans on Twitter last night, man, you're going to make me root for the Yankees? How dare you? How dare you? But when you throw out ignorant shit like, oh, the Rays are boring. Watching a lot of baseball there, huh? Unbelievable. the ignorance. The Yankee fans and the Red Sox fan, they know a lot about their teams, but they don't know jack shit about anybody else's teams, it seems. Obviously, that's a broad statement. That's not everyone. But I found that, man, especially with Yankee fans, they don't know about anybody else's club. They know all about the Yankees. But we're going to hope, I guess, that the Yankees put a little distance between the Rays and the Red Sox here. So hopefully the Yanks can take this series and the Rays can take care of business against the Angels. Again, missing Ohtani. We're not going to face them. So that's good news for us. Cubs combined for a no-no at the Dodgers. And I went back and I looked. The last pitcher to throw a no-no at Dodger Stadium was a Cub. Arrieta threw a no-hitter August 30 of 15. That's the last no-hitter. So the last two no-hitters, this one being a combined no-hitter, the last two no-hitters against the Dodgers in their stadium have been by the Cubs. Kind of stings a bit when an opposing team has two no-hitters in your own yard before you have one. Whoops. I think the last one I saw on there was Kershaw had one for the Dodgers at Dodger Stadium. But the Dodgers, man, they're going to have to start picking it up at some point because the San Francisco Giants are just good. And what a game tonight. Battle of the Bay out west. A's and Giants. We know we're going to be in that if we can stay up. I'll definitely be checking it out in the morning because that one is between two excellent baseball teams. You know we're a big A's house here. A's and Rays, we love them. So no more bets, though, because for some reason in Florida, I can't figure out how to finagle that. So we're staying off the bets until we get it worked out. Got to do it legally. And it goes without saying, we got to tell you, Dane Dunning, Mike Minor, it's Kansas City at Texas. And if I had my account open, I would definitely take my boy Dane and the Texas Rangers. Adolis Garcia continuing to set the world on fire. Mr. Frontrunner for AL Rookie of the Year. But I'm putting Randy at second just because he's got 10 bombs and 10 steals. And we solidified our tickets. You're going to find us in the suites for September 11th's ball game between the Rays and the Tigers. So save the date if you're going to be around Comerica Park. We're going to be there. I'm going to try and get some video in. It's been confirmed. We'll be there 9/11 Comerica Park, Rays at Tigers. Mark it down. Nice. So that's going to do it for us today. Big slate with these pitching matchups. We'll be back again tomorrow because we're going to do 162.